Hi, I'm Antonio Mora. If you're like most Americans, Memorial Day is the unofficial start to summer, a great day for cookouts, outdoor fun, and relaxation. The real meaning of the day will be mostly forgotten, although a few of us will go to parades and fewer still to cemeteries, remembering to honor those who have died while serving their country in the armed forces of the United States. The U.S. has paid a heavy toll, losing more than 1.3 million servicemen and women in America's wars since independence was declared in 1776. Almost half of them died in the two world wars and the wars that followed, standing up to tyranny around the world. Oddly, the origins of the Memorial Day holiday are hotly debated. Proclamations in the 1960s by Congress and President Johnson recognized that the tradition of observing Memorial Day began in Waterloo, New York after the Civil War. But that has mostly been discredited, and dozens of places in the eastern United States still lay claim to being the true birthplace of the modern Memorial Day. One thing is clear, the holiday originated around the ancient custom of visiting cemeteries and honoring the war dead by laying flowers on graves. A commemoration held by freed slaves in Charleston, South Carolina in May of 1865 has a strong claim. Freedmen built a cemetery and properly reburied 257 Union soldiers. At the ceremony's dedication, Charleston's black community turned out by the thousands to honor the dead and cover their resting places in flowers. However, there's little evidence that this led to the establishment of a commemoration day elsewhere. Others argue that President Lincoln founded Memorial Day at the dedication of the Soldiers' National Cemetery in Gettysburg, when he declared that soldiers did not die in vain there because this nation, under God, shall have a new birth of freedom, and that government of the people, by the people, for the people, shall not perish from this earth. On the other hand, women in Columbus, Georgia and Columbus, Mississippi held Memorial Days annually as early as 1866. Which Columbus inspired the other, if at all, is also debated. The first large observance was spearheaded by an organization of Union veterans, the Grand Army of the Republic, in 1868. The group declared the celebration of Decoration Day on May 30th at Arlington National Cemetery. It was attended by Washington officials, and General Grant presided over a ceremony that included the strewing of flowers on Union and Confederate graves. Almost 200 ceremonies were held at cemeteries throughout the North that year, a number that doubled the next year. And in 1871, Michigan declared Decoration Day as an official holiday. All northern states followed that example by 1890. For many years, the holiday was mostly called Decoration Day, finally being officially named Memorial Day in 1967. It did not become a federal holiday celebrated on the last Monday in May until 1971. By law, the U.S. flag is flown at half-staff until noon on Memorial Day. It is then raised to full staff because, as Congress proclaimed, "For the nation lives, and the flag is a symbol of illumination." The flag raising expresses the triumph and persistence of a nation in the face of loss. Another law passed in 2000 established the National Moment of Remembrance, encouraging Americans to stop whatever they're doing at 3 p.m. local time on Memorial Day for 1 minute in an act of national unity. The heroes who died for our freedoms in America's wars deserve at least that. Finally, I vaguely remember a column by Anna Quindlen where she described her family's tradition of expanding Memorial Day to remember one's own ancestors, even if they didn't serve in the armed forces. In a nation of immigrants like ours, it's a wonderful idea because many of those who came before us made enormous sacrifices to give their children and grandchildren a better life. So, take a break on Monday from the parties and the barbecues, the vacations and the beach, and remember, honor those who fought and died for their country, but also those who came before you and fought for your family, giving you the chance to be a part of the American experiment and live in the greatest country the world has ever known. Happy Memorial Day.